Here's a question that I get asked quite often, and it is sometimes, well, most times, stressful and confusing to people. And if you do not have a seasoned real estate agent on your side who has navigated this process lots of times, it could be stressful. Number one thing I would say to you is, if you're thinking about selling because you want to move to buy something different, know that it is absolutely doable, and it's something that people do all the time, right? Before I got into real estate 6.5 years ago, the thought of having to sell in order to buy would have stressed me out as well, all right? There's lots of ways to navigate the process. And so know that if you need to sell, which means you have a mortgage, right? We all have mortgages. Most people have mortgages, which means you still owe on the home that you're wanting to sell. So common. In fact, more people have mortgages than don't. So know that you're absolutely normal. So I'm going to give you some examples of what the process can look like for you if you're a seller and you're thinking about selling in order to buy something different. And the most common reasons are separations, divorces, job changes. Listen, and you don't even have to really have a reason. You just may not like the house that you're living in anymore. You may not like the neighborhood. You may not like the school zone. You don't have to have a reason. The thing I find that most people who are living in a home and are miserable and don't want to move is because they do not want people talking about them or people in their business. This is what you have to remember. The one thing that matters is what you think. As the seller, if you need to move or if you want to move for whatever reason, you absolutely need to know that there's a way to get it done, right? Okay, so here are some things that I've done in the past for sellers who have wanted to sell. There's two different sets of sellers. So a seller who knows that they want to move but haven't yet found a home that they want to move to. That's number one set of people. The second set of people are those sellers who have actually found the home that they want to buy and they want to move to, but they haven't listed their current house for sale yet. Two separate sets of people. Let's talk about the first set first. The first set of people who haven't found a home, but know that they want to move and know that they want to sell and know that they want to go somewhere different, right? They either need a different location, they need a different size house for whatever the reason may be, and different realtors are going to tell you different things. Be leery of a realtor who tells you that it's not going to be stressful or that it's not going to be, listen, it's going to be stressful. Moving in and itself is stressful. So this is what I would say it looks like as a seller. If you want to move, you need to sell, but you don't quite know yet what you want to buy. Have a plan, right? First of all, have a plan. Be thinking about, can you rent? Can you live with someone else? Another way to get it done, and I've done this quite many times before and it works perfectly, is you list your house for sale, okay? And if you get a buyer, which means you get it under contract, you're going to put in the counter offer, or you're going to tell the other agent on the other side up front, we cannot close on this current home that we live in until we close on the house that we find, which means you as the seller are going to have to be really vigilant about getting the realtor that you're working with to help you find a home to move to. Or if you're wanting to build, to get started on that process, right? That happens also. The second set of people are the sellers who know that they want to move because they have found a house that they want to buy, and so they have to sell the current home to buy the next one. That happens very common too. Same thing. They're both what you call contingent on one another, right? They're not going to buy the next house unless they sell this current house. And so both contracts on both sides are contingent on the sell and the buy. The worst thing that would happen would be, as a seller, you're homeless, right? You sell your home, you close on it, and you don't have another home to go to. So you want to make sure that in both contracts, it is stated that both closings are going to happen simultaneously and contingent on one another. That's what you do, right? You make sure that you're protected as the seller, but then also as the buyer of the next home. So make absolute certainty that you have a real estate agent on your side who has closed lots and lots of deals that way, where they were contingent on one another. And that way you're covered. And listen, it's a win-win. It is an absolute win-win for you as the seller of your home and the buyer of the next home. Because if for whatever reason you don't sell your current home, you're not obligated to buy the next one, right? But make sure that you have a real estate agent on your side who knows the contracts backwards and forwards, who knows to negotiate, who is great at negotiating for not only you as the seller on the sell side, but you as the buyer on the buy side. You need someone who feels very confident and who closes lots and lots and lots of deals, contingents, when they're contingent on one another. Those two things can be very, very tricky and complicated if you're working with a real estate agent who is either in the business part-time or who hasn't closed lots and lots of deals and is trying to navigate this process. You do not want someone who is doing this part-time or who has not closed lots and lots of contingent deals, because they are very, very tricky. You want to be protected. You have a fabulous week. And listen, if you know of anyone who is looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in the Hathaway school zone on approximately 2 acres, it is move-in ready. It's an adorable home. It's a house on a slab. I'm not sure the price point yet. I'm going to be meeting with the seller very soon to get that one listed. But if you know anything about Hathaway, you know it's a pre-K through 12 school. It's in an amazing A school. It's a great place to be. The home is not in an area that requires flood insurance. It's going to be one, I think, that's going to sell pretty quickly. So again, if you're thinking about selling in order to buy, reach out to me. There are no stupid questions. I'd love to have a conversation with you about how it could look like, how the process can look for you. Y'all have a great day. Take care.